This is lesson 1-2 in geometry about linear measure. There will be some basic terminology, some new definitions, and a few examples of problems that are new to you in geometry. So first of all, a line segment. Most of you are familiar with this. The definition is a portion of a line that consists of 2 points, which are called endpoints, and then all points between them. So for that segment, the notation would either be segment CD, or you can call it segment DC. The order doesn't matter, but you just name a segment by its endpoints. Now, the term betweenness. Point B is said to be between two other points A and C, if and only if there are two conditions that are satisfied. The 3 points need to be collinear, so A, B, and C are all on the same line, as are shown in the picture down here. And then, secondly, when you add the length of segment AB to the length of segment BC, you get the length of segment AC. So that's indicated as AB plus BC equals AC. Let me jump back up to this segment notation for a minute, just for clarification. These refer to the segments CD in the segment CD or DC. If you want to talk about the length of the segment, you use the letters of the endpoint, but you do not put the bar over top of it. So CD or DC written that way means the length of segment CD or DC. So with the bar means it's the segment, without the bar means it's the length of the segment, or in other words, the distance between the two endpoints. Now, for example, in the betweenness idea on the segment here, AB plus BC equals AC because of the order in which the letters are arranged. If, for example, your segment had endpoints of A and B with C between them, it would no longer be AB plus BC equals AC. It would be, the correct equation would be AC plus CB equals AB. So the idea of between means that the points are all on the same line and that they're in the right order. So if I wanted you to describe to me what how there is a point that lies between points A and C, if for example point D was down here, D would not be considered to be between the segment, the endpoints of the segment, because it's not even on the segment. Okay, so this example here fails the idea of betweenness because the points are not collinear. This example down here fails the idea of B being between A and C because the points are in the incorrect order, even though the points are collinear. Okay, the next term is betweenness of points. Between any 2 points on a line, there is another point. So again, for the idea of betweenness, the points have to be collinear and they have to be in the right order. So in this diagram, you could say that N is between A and B. You could say N is between A and R. You can say B is between N and R, or you could say B is between A and R. Now, for example, P is not between A and B because, again, they're not collinear. So for betweenness, you need the idea of them all being on the same line. And then you could also say that R is not between A and B because A is here, B is here, R is not in the correct position. R is not between A and B because when you try to do your little equation here with the AR plus RB equaling AB, it's not going to work. AR plus RB is going to be longer than AB, which is that segment right there. For R to be between A and B, the picture would need to look like this. So if R was really between A and B, the equation would need to say AR plus RB equals AB, and the picture would have to look like that. So the idea of betweenness, try not to get too hung up in the actual definition. Between, if you want to say two people or between two other people, if someone's sitting in a desk here and someone's sitting in a desk here, in order for that other person to be between them, you need to connect the two endpoints or the two people together by a segment and locate a third person who is on that segment in the right position. So on the same line and then between the two endpoints rather than outside of the two endpoints.